Hello everyone, welcome back to Easy Education London, and today we are looking at the predictions for the GCSE English language grade boundaries. So what I wanted to do is to look at the previous years and the grade boundaries and give you my predictions of this year's English language predictions in terms of our grade boundaries and how many marks you need to achieve a grade 5, a grade 6, a grade 7, grade 8 and a grade 9. So starting off with November 2017, for English language, for language paper 1 and paper 2 combined, remember it's marked out of 160. So for a grade 9, you needed 132. For a grade 8, 123. Grade 7, 114. Grade 6, 102. Grade 5, 91. And grade 4, 80. So as you can see, there's a difference between a grade 4 and a grade 5 of 11 marks. And from grade 5 to grade 6, you can see 11 marks. From grade 6 to grade 7, it's 12 marks. From grade 7 to a grade 8, it is 9 marks. And from grade 8 to grade 9, the difference is once again 9 marks. So you can see the difference between each grade as you climb up. So that was for November 2017. And then for June 2017, for the English language, we had grade 9, again out of 160. Remember, paper 1 is out of 80 marks and paper 2 is also out of 80 marks. Grade 9 was 123 out of 160, grade 8, 113, grade 7, 104, grade 6, 93, grade 5, 82, and grade 4, 72. So once again, this should give you an idea of what the sort of expected marks are for each grade, and this is something for you to jot down and make a note of, because you know going into the exam you do need to be familiar with how many marks you need to score your target grade. And then we have November 2018, which for English language again out of 160, grade 9 was 134, grade 8 was 125, grade 7 117, grade 6 105, grade 5 93, and grade 4 81. So what you'll notice here is that the difference between each grade is not a lot. So if you work it out, it's literally from on average from one grade to another, you're looking at 5 marks between paper 1, sorry, not between, but 5 marks in paper 1 and 5 marks in paper 2. So if you can really pick up an extra 5 marks in paper 1 and an extra 5 marks in paper 2, then clearly you can bump your grades up by 1 entire grade. So let's be honest, students, 5 marks is not a lot, right? You can get those 5 marks in your creative writing. You can get those 5 marks in your evaluation. So why I wanted to go over this video is so that you all know what needs to be done. Those 5 marks can be the difference between you getting a grade 8 and a grade 9, or a grade 5 and a grade 6, a grade 4 and a grade 5, etc. So that's November 2018. And then in terms of June, okay, not art, by the way, not art and design, but we just ignore the rest of it. But for English language, for June 2018, again, once again out of 160, for grade 9, you needed 128 out of 160. For grade 8, 118. Grade 7, 108. Grade 6, 97. Grade 5, 86. And grade 4, 76. So again, the same concept you can see. And if you compare it, so for grade 9, for November 2018 was 134. And for June, so that was a couple months before in the summer, it was 128. So the difference literally here was 6 marks for a grade 9. So that was 2018. Now moving on to June 2019 for English. So if you look at English language, so it's out of 160. You needed 127 for grade 9, 117 for grade 8, 108 for grade 7, 97 for 6, 86 for grade 5, and 76 for grade 4. So again, as you can clearly see, the difference from a grade 4 to a grade 5 was 10 marks. From a grade 5 to a grade 6 was 11 marks. From grade 6 to 7 was 11 marks once again. and then from grade 7 to grade 8 it was 9 marks. Grade 8 to grade 9 was 10 marks. So on average, like I said, you're looking at 10, 11 marks. So to round up, to make it easy for you all, I would say there's 10 marks. There's a 10 mark difference between each individual grade. Meaning, in paper 1, you should aim to get 5 additional marks, and also paper 2, you should aim to get 5 additional marks. Because if you can do that successfully, then you can bump up your grade by entire GCSE grade, which is quite a lot. Okay. And 5 marks, let's be honest, is something that is realistic, and it's something that you can achieve by simply starting to revise and focusing on your creative writing, focusing on your persuasive writing. So that could be writing your narrative, working on tweaking your story or your description, using more advanced vocabulary, so things like that. So that was June 2019, and then moving across to November 2019. So once out of 160, grade 9 was 131, grade 8, 121, grade 7, 111, grade 6, 100, grade 5, 89, and grade 4, 79. So these are the grade boundaries for November 2019. So the same concept really. And then these are more of the recent sort of time. So November 2020, so this was during the COVID pandemic. So this is where some students did sit the exams. Often in November, it's the resit, or it's the resit period where a lot of students who failed, they resit in November. But also private candidates. So if there's private candidates who want to sit their GCSEs privately, so these could be homeschool students, it could be students who go to a private school and want to do the exam at a later date. Often they do it in November. So for grade 9, you need 123, grade 8, 113, grade 7, 103, grade 6, 91, grade 5, 79, and grade 4, 68. Before we continue, please subscribe to our YouTube channel, Easy Education London, for more, because we do have a lot of videos planned for English language, for revision, and also prediction videos for the upcoming exams. So this was the recent, well, not the recent, but a more recent exam grade boundary. And as you can see, again, it hasn't changed significantly, but you'll notice something more significant within the 2022. So in November 2022, if you compare it to 2020, grade 9 was 123 in November 2020, and in November 2022 is 120, so it was lower by 3 marks. So the grade boundaries were lower in November 2022. 110 for grade 8, 101 for grade 7, 91 for grade 6, 81 for grade 5, 71 for grade 4. So that was something for you to know. And finally, was the June, I should have gone to June and then November, but it's fine. So for June 2022, which was the last summer, what did you have to score out of 160? So for grade 9, it was the lowest. It was in fact 119. So if you compare it to the previous years, it was lower than November 2022. It was lower than November 2020. It was lower than June 2019, and it was also lower than November 2019. So in fact, last year's grade boundaries were the lowest we have ever seen in the history of the English language GCSEs. So a lot of my own students have asked me a million times, sir, is the grade boundary going to be higher or lower? Now, in terms of my prediction, I believe it will be higher. The reason being, last year's grade boundaries were lower, and they were the lowest, in fact, compared to all the previous years. So to those of you aiming for, as you can see, a grade 9, sorry, I know it's blurry, but for grade 9, it was 119. So obviously, it's most likely, if I was to make a prediction, it will be higher by three marks or so, 3 to 4 marks. Grade 8, 109. Grade 7, 100. Grade 6, 90. Grade 5, 80, and grade 4, 70. So clearly, these are going to be higher in the June 2023 summer exam. So you know that there's a lot of work to be done, and the students across the country are going to perform really well in these upcoming exams. So what I've done, I've just sort of worked out the average, and I wanted to sort of go over it with you all. So it did take up a lot of time, but regardless, as you all have been enjoying the prediction videos, I've decided to provide my prediction on the grade boundaries. So for grade 9, long story short, for the entire paper 1 and 2 out of 160, you have to score at least 126 out of, 126 out of, for grade 9, you would need to score around 126 out of 160 for grade 9 for the June 2023, so this upcoming summer exam. Grade 8, you're looking at 117 out of 160. Grade 7, you're looking at 107 out of 160. Grade 6, 96 out of 160. Grade 5, you're looking at 76 out of 160. Grade 4, you're looking at 74 out of 160. So you may be thinking, so how many marks do I need in each paper? So fortunately, I've broken this down in further detail so you can have a look at it. So feel free to take a screenshot. So these are my predictions for the June 2023 English Language GCSE. So for paper 1, 63 out of 80 would get you a grade 9. If you get 63 out of 80 for paper 1, you need to score at least 63 out of 80 for paper 2. So if you can do that on average as a minimum, get 63 on paper 1 and 63 on paper 2, that would secure your grade 9. To those of you aiming for grade 8, a minimum score of 59 out of 80 in paper 1 and 59 out of 80 for paper 2 will score you your grade 8. To those of you aiming for grade 7, 54 out of 80 as a minimum will get you a grade 7 for paper 1, and also 54 out of 80 for paper 2 will get you a grade 7 as a minimum. To those of you aiming for grade 6, 48 out of 80 will get you a grade 6. Remember, these marks are the minimum you should be scoring. And 48 out of 80 will also, for paper 2, get you an overall score of a grade 6. Remember, 48 and 48, so as you can see this table, these are the minimum marks you have to score to pretty much guarantee that grade for your upcoming exams. Grade 5, 38 out of 80 as a minimum to pass. So you need to get just under half, okay, of the marks, okay, almost 50%. So just under 50% to score a grade 5. So for paper 1 and also for paper 2. And then finally for grade 4, 36 out of 80 for paper 1 and also 36 out of 80 for paper 2. So that takes us towards the end of the video. I hope you have found this video informative. I hope you found this video beneficial, and it's something important that you need to consider and prepare for your upcoming exam. So I know you all have the half-term holidays, and I've been saying this to my year 11s. Make the most out of your half-term holidays because you really can make a huge difference. It sounds cliche, but believe me, that extra past paper or revision you do, you never know, that could have been, or that could be the difference between a grade 7 and a grade 8, or a grade 4 and a grade 5, and a grade 5 and a grade 6. And in terms of your revision, diversify the way you revise, okay? Revising and studying, it doesn't just mean doing past papers. A lot of my students say, sir, how do I revise? It's not just doing past papers. Diversify the way you revise. For example, use flashcards. Condense your notes onto flashcards. Use mind maps. So brainstorm your ideas onto an A3 sheet of paper. Use colors, use diagrams, use pictures. Make it look colorful. Make it look engaging. And also YouTube. Check out our channel, Easy Education London. We've got many videos for English language revision and also literature. Have a look at it and make notes, pause the videos and answer the questions. And also, of course, revision guides. So revision guides are important because you're testing your knowledge and there are small exercises for you to work through. And that takes us towards the end of the video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like and share for more.